So tell us a little bit about how you started Poetry 719. I know you co-founded it with Christopher Beasley, who is also
Yes.
a poet and a great performer. What was it that you guys were wanting to accomplish when you began?
Yeah, I think he was very big into the poetry scene, and we saw a lot of people telling our stories, sharing what it was like, trying to expound on racism. And we were like, we should share those stories. We really wanted to create a place where people could understand us. We could start to share who we are in our narratives, and we wanted people to feel inclusive. I know it can be very easy to feel alone in this city, but once you find the right communities, and I so deeply believe the art community is one of the most connected and beautiful and powerful places. So we really wanted to increase that with inclusivity and diversity.
Yeah, and you really have. And I can say, as someone who has participated in Poetry 719 programs live and also virtually, your open mics and different programs you've been doing on your Facebook page, that you really create an amazing space. And I think that that is part of the magnetic energy around the organization. Even people who are not sharing poetry feel all those people who are supporting each other,
Mm-hmm.
and the power of hearing perspectives and voices and really passionate perspectives that we don't always get a chance to hear, that don't
Mm-hmm.
have a dedicated space. So I think you guys have done amazing work at that.
Thank
And
you.
I'd love to hear you perform
Yes,
as
thank you
well.
so much. Yeah, I'm going to perform a piece called Defy Silence.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Um, People have often called us Black folks loud, boisterous and thundering, our laugh cackling cackles and exuberant exaltings deemed uncouth in certain spaces. Our voices cacophony to most ears, jazz to those with a seasoned palate. We turn up to turbulent bass levels, we bump Tupac, we blast Tony Braxton, we crank up Billie Holiday, we provide front row concerts for the entire neighborhood. We do not know how to mourn quietly. We wail and scream in hopes our voices are resurrection enough for our buried. Even our whispers are seismic. There is no distinguishing between inside and outside voices. As caged birds now free, we sing too loud and too often, making up for years of oppressed silence, because being loud means you're alive, means you have found a way to survive and are celebrating. And we are defying darkness with demonstrative declarations of love. Dr. King once said, our lives begin to end the moment we stay silent about the things that matter, which is to say, Black lives matter, which is to say, Black voices matter. When textbooks silence slavery and call it a cultural exchange, we get louder. When little Black girls go missing and the news reports a cat stuck in a tree instead of her picture, instead of her name, instead of an Amber report, we get louder. And when innocent Black men are killed and the murderers are called heroes, we get louder. See, we have been loud for centuries, and we will continue to raise our voices against injustice. We will dedicate our harmonies to Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., a man whose voice was powerful and led a nation, and his impact is still reverberating in our ears to this day. Do not think this poem is about the volume of our voices. It's about the power of speaking up in a world that is expecting you to stay silent. So, will you join us and be loud? Will you defy silence with your voice? Thank you.